The United States, a country with the second largest amount of agricultural land in the entire world. Second only to China, the United States has about 4.11 million square kilometers of agricultural land. The United States also has approximately 5.6 million kilometers of streams. This presents a challenge to the country as a whole, states, and even local governments. Many issues can occur when these two sectors interact, and hopefully I can display the problems as well as recommend some solutions to the issues at hand. The first issue that exists between agriculture and streams is soil erosion. In basic terms, soil erosion is when rainwater hits bare soil, which in turn will create runoff from the land that it will end up being deposited in some streams at some point. The runoff that is produced from some agricultural lands will provide two different issues for streams. The first would be a large influx of water, and the second would be the sediment that is in the runoff and how it will impact the biota of the stream. You can see some agricultural runoff effects here in my local stream, that only about after a half inch of rain, the river level increased substantially, as well as the discoloration of the water. The second issue and how runoff impacts streams is how the sediment impacts the biota. Macroinvertebrates rely on relatively clean water so they can move it across their gills so they can respirate. They also require interstitial spaces under rocks, which is areas where they live. And with increased sedimentation, this can lead to a reduction in habitat as well as a reduction in their population, in turn resulting less food for trout and other aquatic organisms that are there. Sediment in a stream bed also will affect wild trout in cold water streams due to trout requiring specific habitat for spawning. They need small rocky areas to make their redds so they can lay their eggs, and with sedimentation of these areas, trout will no longer find them suitable for reproduction. As you can see here with the trout spawning, there's not a lot of sediment in that area, it's more of the small rocky type. All hope is not lost, however. There's a few ways that these problems can be avoided and also mitigated. Some of these would be through the use of no-till crops, as well as stream remediation efforts, and also repairing riparian buffers. No-till farming is an age-old agricultural technique in which crops are not plowed under after they are done growing. No-till farming decreases the amount of soil erosion that will occur, especially in sandy and dry soils. No-till farming also helps increase the amount of water that will infiltrate the soil, thus, in turn, decreasing the amount of water that can reach us. A type of stream remediation that can occur is the use of deflectors. Deflectors are generally wooden or rock structures. As you can see here, there is the logs that are in the water, and they are installed into the bank, and they extend out towards the center of the stream. This is in order to concentrate the stream flow away from the banks, and it can help limit erosion of the banks as well as generate sediment through the middle of the stream and help flush it out, thus improving fish habitat. The last and arguably the most important restoration effort would be for riparian buffers. Riparian buffers are a natural vegetation zone on the edge of stream banks that help to buffer out pollutants that can enter the stream. Then it helps control erosion of the stream and provides habitat and nutrients for the stream. Restoration of these riparian zones will help filter out the sediments that may be coming from local farm areas. In conclusion, there needs to be a healthy balance between farming, runoff, and streams, and I believe through these different remediation practices that balance can be achieved so that we are able to have our farms as well as the food from them, and also be able to still protect our natural resources such as streams, our trout, and our microorganisms that are inside the streams. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you found it very informative, as well as it opened your eyes to some issues that may be occurring. All the information I used for this project will be linked down in this description.